Coming up on Mountain News this morning, broadband is set to expand in one eastern Kentucky county, bringing jobs to people in our region. And a new children's book is on the scene, teaching kids about the roles and responsibilities of police officers in our region.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you again. It's 5:33 on this Friday morning, on this mild Friday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. And let's take a look at that forecast with Brandon. Now, Brandon, yesterday it was warm in some places, cold and was it? I think it was like that, Brandon. Warm in some places, cold in some. Was that how it was?
Well,
if I remember that correctly.
You started out good,
yeah,
and you kind of slid back a little bit.
Okay.
We actually tied 2 records yesterday for high temperatures.
Okay.
So at London Corbin Airport and at the National Weather Service office in Jackson. So I don't think it was really cold anywhere yesterday. Maybe yesterday morning a little bit.
Morning,
but in the evening it heated up pretty quickly.
It was a beautiful day.
Exactly. So there you go. Let's take a look and see what's going on this morning. And as we head out the door, live pinpoint Doppler radar, you'll see some bands of showers down to the south. A heavier band moving through parts of McCreary County this morning and over into parts of Claiborne County, Tennessee, and then over into Wise County, Virginia right now. But overall, the fog is one of our major issues. It's been building in for the last little bit. Anything less than 5 miles on this map, which is quite a bit of it, is some dense fog. So be careful out there. Temperatures close to 60 near the Tennessee border and then in the upper 40s to the north there. So overall, still a very mild morning compared to what we have been the last couple of days. Breakfast forecast, you're going to get your frosted weather wheats out, and the temperatures are not going to move a whole lot. We're going 51 for most of the morning there as we see those clouds continue, those rain chances continue, kind of split the difference between those upper 40s and those upper 60s. So we're going to continue, or upper 50s rather, getting close to 60. Temperatures will climb throughout the day slowly because we'll have the clouds, we'll have the rain chances. Sunrise this morning 7:42, sunset this afternoon at 5:17. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you very much. Well, nearly 10 years ago, a devastating tornado outbreak hit eastern Kentucky. The destruction and pain mirroring what we are seeing in the western part of our state. The city of West Liberty still has scars from that day in March, and the folks there know what Mayfield, Dawson Springs, and others will have to do to rebuild. Shelby Lofton shares their perspective.
Main Street is the heartbeat of West Liberty. But there are gaps in between the buildings, keeping the pulse of this town.
You know, a couple of businesses that aren't here anymore.
Multi-story structures now stand upright, shadowed by trees, chopped in half by a tornado.
We were standing in the parking lot and saw it come over the hill.
An EF3 tornado killed several and crushed this town.
There are scars that mark the landscape of West Liberty. One of them, Wells Hill Elementary. A replacement school was built a few miles away. Folks who live here tell me this building serves as a reminder of what happened here.
It takes several years before you get back to some type of normal.
The commercial bank building is the picture of normal.
It cost a pretty penny, but the insurance paid for it all.
Bank employees feel safe inside these walls.
It's styrofoam with concrete down the center. And the odds of them being destroyed by a tornado are nil.
A large basement serves as a storm shelter. CEO Howard Elam says it took time to return to the rhythm of life.
It took 5 years, really.
Both he and Deputy Chief Wayne Lewis say Kentuckians know how to work hard.
You just have to tie your boots up tight and get your feet on the ground and start moving forward.
They said it's not days or months, it's years. With everyone's hearts in western Kentucky, it's possible. In Morgan County, Shelby Lofton, WKYT.
Now, Elam and Lewis say many business and homeowners had to cut through red tape to rebuild. They said many of West Liberty's buildings were constructed decades ago when permits were different or non-existent. Well, as we've mentioned earlier, WYMT is teaming up with the Salvation Army to raise money for tornado relief efforts. Now, when you support Kentucky Rises and the Salvation Army Disaster Services, 100% of your donation is applied to the disaster survivors in those communities. There are several ways to donate. You can text HL Tornado to 51555 or go to WYMT.com. Kentucky officials joined Volunteers of America, Mid-States leaders in Manchester yesterday. They celebrated VOA's successful grant application process, claiming $1.5 million to help vulnerable eastern and southern Kentuckians while impacting the workforce shortage. Our Zach Hawk met with an outreach specialist at VOA that has a unique story.
Sue Fox has battled addiction since she was 16 years old, finding help in a Volunteers of America facility.
I started going there when I was, when I first come home from federal prison, and I just stuck around. I, got involved
with helping other recovering addicts.
Let them know that there is a different way to live. It's a real humbling experience when I walked into the rooms and I seen like 70 people there trying to do the same thing that I was trying to do.
Fox was trying to get clean, stay clean, and contribute to her community in a positive way.
I was part of the problem in my community, and today I try to be part of the solution.
And that is exactly what she is today.
That's what it's all about to me, just to be able to help folks, let them know my experience, that I'm no different than you. I've just put a little bit of work in to get to where I'm at today.
Thanks to a federal grant, Volunteers of America hopes to help people find the success Fox has found.
We know we have an urgent need to get Kentuckians back to work. We also know one of the key reasons Kentuckians aren't working is because of substance use disorder. So this grant really speaks to the heart of an urgent need.
VOA officials hope to help 350 people from active addiction to recovery to employment. Fox will be there to help.
I'm real grateful that I'm able to be a light for somebody else.
Officials say the program will be up and running by the end of January. In Clay County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Volunteers of America Mid-States officials said the Workforce Opportunities for Rural Communities program will help people battling addiction recover and later find employment in the hopes of addressing the workforce shortage across the Commonwealth. Well, to celebrate a broadband expansion project in Clay County, a ribbon-cutting ceremony was held yesterday. The event was hosted by Clay County officials and members of Windstream. The new internet service will bring in jobs, help several organizations, and give people a reason to stay in eastern Kentucky. Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers says that effect is already being felt.
These young men here in Clay County that are working, actually putting this together and doing the construction, for lack of a better term, they're getting paid.
Well, Stivers says more than 8,500 people will see internet service improvements by the end of January. A new children's book is on the scene, using scenes from the Pikeville Police Department to teach kids the roles and responsibilities of officers. The book, Hammy Visits the Police Station, written by Elizabeth Thompson and illustrated by Christopher Epling, brings the department mascot Hammy to tour the department, honoring fallen Pikeville PD officer Scotty Hamilton. Now Officer Scott gives him the tour. Now proceeds from the book go toward the community outreach program and Christmas with first responders.
This is just a recyclable situation where we have a tool for the community to teach the parenting experience with the child, that moment together, and then the funds from it going back in to help kids again. So it's like a win-win.
The books cost $5 each. They can be purchased on Kindle. Physical copies are available at the department or a weekend book signing event. We will have more about that on our website. As families begin to head out for Christmas vacation, Cousin Eddie is staying with some family in Pikeville. An RV is parked in the former Big Lots parking lot in Coal Run as Johnson's Home and Garden prepares for a holiday fundraiser to benefit families in western Kentucky. Reenacting the Cousin Eddie camper scene from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, allowing photos with fake Eddie while encouraging donations to families who need real help this year.
They're not going to have a Christmas. Our kids and our families will be around a tree. They don't even have a house to live in. So something to help brighten up their day, we think is going to help. And that's what the toys for the kids. I don't know what child can have a Christmas without knowing Santa Claus is going to be there.
The event will kick off at 1 p.m. Saturday. KSP and the Pike County School District will be on site accepting toy donations while the store takes up monetary donations. Well, we are teaming up with the Salvation Army to raise money for tornado relief efforts. When you support Kentucky Rises and the Salvation Army Disaster Services, 100% of your donation is applied to disaster survivors in those communities. There are several ways to donate. You can text HL Tornado to 51555 or go to WYMT.com. We will continue to promote this fundraiser in the next hour. Well, a famous actress wants your help in making her 100th birthday all the more special. There she is, Miss Betty White. That's next.
Oh, Betty White, cultural icon there. Keep your rain gear handy the next couple of days. You'll probably need it. I'll track out those rain chances coming up in about 3 minutes.